for tuning in this Sunday evening. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle.
Unbelievable. Wow, Kevin, that vertical is unbelievable. DeRozan pulls off the jam. Those poor defenders.
Lynn with it. Guarded now by Jack. Vucevic on the pick for Lynn. Misses from close range. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step. And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting. Yeah, that ability to just kind of draw a foul. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Offensive rebound. Here's Valanciunas. Out to DeRozan. Here's Richardson. Dishes to Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his first basket. And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders.
220 pounds with tremendous athleticism. He has got all that attack mentality. He's a savvy.
Second chance shot. And Vucevic with the layup. Vucevic has got 5.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
So take the lead.
Well, that's the craftiness of Jeremy Lin. Explodes to the cup. Really good mixing of speeds.
And they double up Jackson. It's DeRozan with the drive. And DeRozan throws it down.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. The dish to Beal. Kaminsky in the corner. Golden State moving it around.
Heads-up defensive play by Jonas Valanciunas. The alert, the aware, the always ready to send it back.
So it's Richardson with the jam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Pick by Vucevic. And here's Ingles outside. Rebound, Utah.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul. In the pass to Vucevic. It's stolen by DeRozan. And Doris, so many players do tend to shy away from contact, but which players, in your opinion, really love the physical aspect of their game?
Well, let's go old school. And the ground and pound game of Zach Randolph. The guy doesn't have an inch in terms of his vertical jump, but has managed to be well into his second decade in the NBA. For me, Zach, Zebo doing work on the box, a thing of beauty.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Here's Jackson. The double team. Jackson kicks to DeRozan. Screen by Valanciunas. Vucevic with the block. Outside, Beal. From deep three-point range. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn.
Boy, a dead eye like Beal, you better close out and force him to put it on the deck.
Valanciunas. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Lynn against Jackson. Lynn dishes to Vucevic. Jackson comes over with the double. Stolen by Jackson. And here they go. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted, and Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
Lynn kicks to Beal. Nice D from DeRozan.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Ilyasova passes to Valanciunas. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Valanciunas has got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Kaminsky in the corner. Outside, Beal. Ingles in the corner. Feeds it to Vucevic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good on the shot.
Well, you have to love the focus. Jeremy Lin creating well for himself down low. Makes that one look easy.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And how about the excellent court vision? Just keeping the defense off balance.
I'll tell you, Greg, his passing has been absolutely outstanding. Hitting the needle right now.
It's been all about Jonas Valanciunas for Utah. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on you? Here is Lynn. And in terms of just how explosive this Warriors team can be, they can get hot over a course of a few minutes. And put a team they can shoot from deep and then play defense is just overwhelming.
How often have we seen, Kev, the game might they're 20. They're incredibly deep shooting. Their ability to play off their own made shots and build momentum can steamroll a team.
Joe Ingles is out there with Kaminsky. And there's Bradley Beal. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Vucevic in the center position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Stolen by Jackson.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Okay, well, let's go down to Dave.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. Agreed. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint.
Well, Kevin, to steal a line from you up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
Beal dishes to Ingles. Some nice passing by Golden State. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Jeremy Lin at 6'3" with good size for the point guard position.
Well, because of that size, I think it helps him finish in the lane, certainly, even if he's got to go over bigger guys. He's also on the defensive end, got the length necessary to guard 1 and 2, and that's a real...
Here's Valanciunas. Great D that time from Vucevic. Now the pass to Kaminsky. Back to Lin. Offensive rebound. Pass to Ingles. Fires the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Ingles has got 6.
Well, we know this. Jeremy Lin knows how to run an offense. His ability to find the open man, uncanny. Guys, that's number 2 on him. And they do not need him to sit right away. But one...
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. The drive by Jackson. Lynn kicks to Vucevic. It's Beal on the wing. Pass to Lynn. Back to Beal. 6 to shoot. Here's Jackson. Utah. Booker comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Bogdanovich in for Richardson. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Of course, you've been a color analyst for both men's basketball, women's basketball. Stylistically, what's the difference, in your opinion, between the two?
Athleticism is slowly starting to take shape and more dictate the outcome of success in women's basketball. Whereas athleticism has always been a part of dictating the outcome of games. The above-the-rim aspect of the NBA versus, for the most part, the below-the-rim aspect of the WNBA. That would be the primary difference for me.
But the fundamentals, too, sometimes stand out. The women's game, really, you see fundamentals so strong.
You can, Kevin. The women's game tremendously was, especially in the WNBA, you had NBA coaches transition to roles in the WNBA, the Bill Lambiers, the Mike Tebow, so they taught that group how to be pros, how to win on that level.
Excellent point. Daniels passes to Napier. And that one clearly a foul. Get the Jazz team, definitely one of its strong points.
Well, I think one of the best benches in the league, certainly, and it's been a hallmark of well-run franchises. It's not just the centerpieces, but every piece that affects the final outcome.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, doesn't allow himself to be rattled in the least by the aggressive defense. Jonas Valanciunas shows his strength and composure to power up and through.
Doris, as always, this question about resting players. Fans pay hundreds of dollars for tickets and parking and everything else, expecting the healthy guys to play. Why shouldn't there be a requirement for them to suit up?
Well, again, you have Commissioner Adam Silver attempting to address this and making it known during the finals that there would be some limitations based on the ability to rest players, that there would be strong encouragement to rest players at home because your fans obviously have more of an opportunity to see them at home. Listen, Kevin, I think fans need to be able to see the stars. At the same time, it's a strenuous 82-game stretch. Have we addressed it? Shortening the preseason. What I do like is that the NBA is aware that there is an issue and they are working proactively to fix it.
As is their custom. They always do that.
Correct.
He dishes it to Crab. Daniels kicks to Crab. Here's Napier. Banked in off the glass. Napier's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And the shot goes in. And the Jazz lead by 9.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought.
For Utah, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Here's DeRozan, and the rejection by Ajinça. Here's Bikes, and he could not get that one to go. The Jazz have gone And Ellington's checked in for Utah. Pikes them both. 29 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Napier. 5 points in the game. Here's the screen. Crabbe from long range. Bender kicks to Crabbe. Here's Napier. 2 on the clock. No good on that one. And so it's Utah. Their lead at 11 points to... Well, we're getting back to the action now. And here are the Warriors now. 11-point game. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Derrick Rose is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Bogdanovich in the three.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And Utah with a change here, too. Hernan Gomez is checked in. Rose passes to Holmes. Goes up again, and it's good on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 15.
Defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Rose against Len. Ingles dishes to Len. And stolen by Ellington. At the elbow, it's Rose. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. They set the pick. Vucevic with the block. And Beal kicks to Lynn. Knocks down the 3-ball. Lynn's got his third basket of the night.
Listen, Beal could have taken that shot, but the court vision's so good that he sees a chance to get his guy a better look.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Hernan Gomez kicks to Rose. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And for Derrick Rose, listen, he proved last season that he can still be an impact player on the offensive end. The guy averaged 18 points a game, his most.
His offensive game quite nicely in what he can now do.
Right, because Rose has started to play a lot closer.
For Utah. Beal can get to go.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball,
to Booker. Vucevic with the block, and he gets it back. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Bogdanovich. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Here's Napier. And the 3 off target.
Tough start to the second half. Just 1 for 5. Wow.
Here's Rose.
Tonight, he's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And now Utah, fast break. Right side Rose. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Rose has got 6.
Side and attack the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
There's the pick. Napier kicks to Ingles. Golden State moving it around. Looking to end the drought. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. He has 7. Doris, you were born in New York, became the first female analyst to ever call a Knicks game. Talk about the emotions that night, having traveled that incredible journey.
You know, Kev, it was both magical and nerve-wracking. You know, I grew up a Knicks fan when there was a healthy Bernard King, and for him, he was doing work on low post. Hubie Brown was an idol of mine. But it was also nerve-wracking to be the first woman to sit in Clyde Frazier's seat. It was sort of awe-inspiring and a ton of fun.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Josh Richardson comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Jackson in for Rose. Catching by Ajinça. Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. .125 left to play here in the third.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter. Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period. Obviously, he's not the top priority for the defense in those situations. It results in an open 3.
Here's Ellington. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Golden State gets called for the foul. And for a Jazz team that had patiently built itself into one of the top teams in the league, how tough is it, Doris, to lose a player like Gordon Hayward?
Well, it's brutal. He was their best player, an all-star, a huge blow. Because you think about Utah fans who have harbored concerns historically about the team's ability to retain star talent. This will feed those doubts, Kev.
To the middle. And Booker kicks to Ellington. Rejected by Harris. Utah with the rebound. Ilyasova's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Ellington with it. Picked up by Harris. And the rejection by Ajinça. And they're able to recover. Here's Jackson. Here's Arthur. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
And so it's... And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Utah leading by 13. They've got Devin Harris. Arthur out there with Alexis Ajinça. Then it's Alan Crabb. Golden State. There's the pick. It's stolen by DeRozan. Pushing it up. And there's Jackson on the assist from DeRozan. DeRozan's got his 4th assist in this one. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the San Antonio Spurs. Harris passes to Crabb. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Golden State.
Well, to illustrate your point with the Warriors, doors, they were 60-0 last season when they had hit 10 threes in a game. Only if their shooters go extremely cold do they let games slip away.
This is correct, Kev, and that's exactly what you expect from great teams. There is so much firepower on their team that unless they struggle to shoot the basketball, you're going to have a hard time beating them.
And DeMar DeRozan, a multiple All-Star, last season a career high for him in scoring.
Yeah, this guy has become dominant on the offensive end. If you want to nitpick his game, you could say he could be a better defender. And certainly, with his ability to rebound, his athleticism, I think he's just scratching.
14. Here's Jackson. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, to get past the defender.
Harris drives in. It's deflected.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
DeRozan against Harris. And finished off by DeRozan.
Well, what an offensive display by DeMar DeRozan. This guy has been a handful all night.
Here's Harris. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Hard to believe that for a long time the Warriors were one of the bottom-dwelling teams in the NBA. When this ownership group took over, it completely changed the franchise.
Right. There were some highs for Warrior fans if you think about the Rick Barry era, the Run TMC years, and of course We Believe. But this team clearly has been the high point of this franchise. I admire Warriors fans because
Richardson with it. Now Beal defending. Count the basket. And that's now 17 points for DeMar DeRozan. And here's Ingles outside. The rebound by the Jazz. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's DeRozan. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And it's Harris off the drive. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
And the shot goes in.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Kicks to Beal. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. He feeds it to Harris. Back to Beal. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And it's 6 points for Beal.
That's something he can do all night, gentlemen. Beal is deadly spotting up.
And there's the feed to DeRozan. Vucevic with the block. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Warriors trail by 19. Outside, Beal. Harris dishes to Ingles. He kicks it to Beal. That doesn't go either for Beal.
He needs to stop shooting the ball right now. This is hurting his team.
Richardson, good.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Golden State moving the ball around. Dishes it to Kaminsky. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. .141 left here in the fourth quarter. DeRozan passes to Valanciunas.
Well, guys, really good court pass. You know, he sees the play developing way in advance.
And Vucevic kicks to Beal. Back to Vucevic. From the arc. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
A win for Utah.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for DeMar.
So much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team. And on the road, silencing the crowd. What a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
For last, tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
Harris outside. There's a good screen. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a